You're watching Slingshot the Podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power. And today's episode is entitled, Wanna Be Startin Somethin'. You know who this is.
Michael Jackson, greatest all time.
Wanna be startin' something.
You got to be starting something. Right. I said you want to be starting something. You got to be starting something. Too hard to get over, too low to get under. You're stuck in the middle. I was in my soapbox for a minute.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Nobody is greater than Michael Jackson. Man. Shout out to Mike.
Yeah. There should be a whole podcast on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Somebody just talk about Michael Jackson every day, all day.
You're stuck in the middle. Like, who comes up with that? Yeah. Too hard to get over, too low to get under. Who?
Yeah. Want to be starting something. All right, so here we go. What are we talking about today, right? Michael Jackson. So this is Michael Jackson hit. Let's go back a step here. This is Michael Jackson hit. This is from Thriller. Yeah. This is his 6th studio album, Thriller, 1982. And this jam came out, was the 4th single.
Hold on, this was off a Thriller album?
That's what this says. Want to be starting something? This
Interesting.
Recorded on his 6th studio album, Thriller, 1982.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Epic Records. Want to be starting something. It has a disco sound. Jackson's previous studio album, Off the Wall. I love myself some Thriller. I think Off the Wall is my favorite Michael Jackson album.
Yeah, man. It's hard, man. That's hard because within the genres, like you can like Billie Jean, right?
Yep. But
then you have something like Smooth Criminal. Mm-hmm. You have Beat It. Yeah. Like you can't compare any of those.
Yep. Well, Want to Be Startin' Somethin' became Jackson's 4th consecutive top 10 single from Thriller on the Billboard Hot 100. It peaked at number 5. Want to be starting something. So we want to be starting something right now. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of people on my Facebook timeline want to be starting something with me on a daily basis.
Stop reading them comments, man.
And I say, you know, you want to start it, I'm going to finish it.
I know that's right.
You want to start it, but I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it and drop some receipts, though, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into that a little bit because, you know, who was it? Comedian Chris Rock, who had a Netflix special called Selective Outrage.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Selective Outrage. And so there's a lot of people on social media right now who have a lot of outrage. Some of it is fake. Some of it is real. Some of it is selective.
Yeah.
And there's just so much that is happening that sometimes you want to address it and sometimes you know better. So what are you seeing on your timeline? What are people outraged about right now?
Everything. Right now, if I'm being honest, it's what's her name, Cheyenne Bryan or something, who was acting like she was a doctor. She was telling people she was a doctor, and they found out that she lied and didn't really have a doctorate degree.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What is this?
Cheyenne Bryan, she's like you talking about like some type of social media sensation.
She's an influencer or something?
Kind of, sort of. She became an influencer because, shout out to, she's a beautiful lady, but she was known for going on different podcasts. I'll say podcast influencer. Mm-hmm. She was known for going on certain podcasts and, you know, ripping into men. Yeah. You know, so she became the beloved doctor of like relationship psychology, and they found out that she really wasn't a doctor. Okay. And so that's kind of like all on my timeline for some reason. Everything is on. I'm like, I don't even watch her. Why?
So what's the outrage? That the fact that she didn't have a medical license?
Yes. And she was counseling people.
Okay.
You know, as someone who was licensed. Yeah. And she came out saying that she don't really want a license because it prevents her from really doing the work. And she don't have to, you know, kind of be held accountable because a license will make you do that, so to speak. Okay. I would hope so, right? So that's on my timeline. I could care less about that, but I'm just saying what's on my kind of timeline. One of them anyway. And of course, you're talking about like this whole thing with your boy Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Between her and him, man, look, They upset about this little thing, you
Yeah.
know. I think that was the point of it, though.
So that you talking about the Kevin Hart roast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched it. I watched it live the day it
Mm.
came out.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I sat through
Yeah, I
that
caught a
whole
little bit
three
of it.
hours. I can't
Oh,
believe
it
it.
was
I
too
did it.
long. It was too long.
I watched it live when it happened.
Wow. So have you outraged?
I'm a little outraged about it. I haven't publicly said anything about my outrage for that roast of Kevin Hart, but I have some outrage. It's selective.
Okay.
It's elective. And I think some is deserved, some is
Yeah.
real, some might be a little fake on my
Yeah.
end. I'll admit to
Mhm.
all that, but I got my issues. I just don't understand that brand of comedy. Like
Yeah.
that's not my jam.
Yeah, that's a lot of people not into the roast, so
Yeah.
to speak. Especially if you got I got too many feelings and I'll probably be in jail. So I don't sit in those type of things, sit there and be roasted, especially how personal they were getting.
Hmm.
They were getting really personal. It's one thing to be like, oh, I don't know, you got 3 legs or you got big lips or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But when you talk about, I'll say that because I'm still traumatized. They should say I had big lips
Me
back then.
too. Look at me. Look
They
here.
used
Now
to-
they love
oh,
them.
you got
So I
big
got
lips.
nothing to say.
Look, they used to say you got Whopper chopper lips. Whopper
Because they're
chopper
cool.
though.
The soup coolers.
That's so cool as shit, though,
Yeah.
right? But yeah. So hearing how personal. I mean, they were joking about people deaths,
Yeah.
wives, and
Suicide.
that was wild to me. I don't get that's. I guess that's that new stuff they do.
That's that new
Yeah,
wave. I mean, I've seen roast before,
not like
but
that.
it's not like this.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was heavy.
It was.
That was kind of personal. It was so heavy that I couldn't laugh anymore. I was just like, ooh, that was heavy.
That was heavy.
And I only seen like maybe the first hour.
Yeah.
And after that, I was just like, yo, I got something else
Chelsea
to do.
Handler, who was one of the comedians.
That
in that
I
roast.
after she went off, that's when I stopped
Yeah.
watching.
Well, she made the comment that she thought so much of that comedy was lazy. It's
Mm.
easy to talk about George Floyd. He can't breathe. It's easy
Yeah.
to talk about someone's husband committed suicide. Like
Yeah.
that's easy, lazy comedy.
Yeah, they was calling her at the hoe and all. I
Yeah.
mean, it was heavy. Like I can't. And she took it well too. But she's an amazing talent, though. Chelsea Hansen. I actually like her. I would love to meet her
I
one day.
watched, after that roast, I went back and I watched a
That
lot
you
of these
have to watch.
comedians on
Yes,
Netflix, and I really
she's
enjoyed
so
her.
yeah. She's really fun,
Yeah.
and she's smart too.
Smart.
And so I like Chelsea Handler. Chelsea, if you see, come holler
That's
at me.
right.
I want to talk to you.
That's right.
But yeah.
I have a thing for smart comedians. I really
Yes.
enjoy
Yeah,
intelligent, smart comedians. Not so much in favor of the silly people who are out here
Yeah.
making millions of dollars and being stupid on a Netflix special.
Yeah.
So you know where I stand on this situation. I'm really into smart comedians.
Mhm.
Comedians.
Comedians. Yeah, no doubt. Interesting.
I had to go back and watch the Tom Brady roast to see if they gave it to Tom Brady the same way they gave it to Kevin Hart. And this really wasn't a roast of Kevin Hart besides short jokes. Like they
Yeah.
really didn't come
That's
at
all
him.
they can. That's all you can come at.
Like if that's all you got on Kevin Hart is his short
Yeah.
stature, that's all you got?
Yeah.
Like the Tom Brady roast that Kevin Hart did, they were kind of like, all right, let's chill out now. We're not going to talk about my kids and my wife all this much. Now you got your 1 or 2 licks in. We can stop that. And then that's where it ended, right?
Yeah.
Because Tom
This
was not
was
having
heavy.
that. But this one just went after everybody. It was just nasty.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that was heavy. Yeah, and a lot of people are talking about it too. Yeah, I don't get it. I will go back and watch it to see the rest and have more of I guess an opinion about it. But just from seeing what I did see, I was just like, yo, that was. I did like a Naeem though.
Hmm.
Shout out to Naeem. He went to
Oh.
Temple. Yeah. His was really savvy. I liked him. His was really savvy, and it wasn't too dirty.
Mhm.
I mean, when you start to hit below the belt,
Right.
that's when I'm like, yo, how can you be friends after that?
I mean, there's people watching this right now and they're saying, oh, y'all are being too sensitive. It's a
Maybe.
roast.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're kind of right though, right?
Yeah.
Because it was a roast. So if you put that lens on, then you can be too mad. I guess
Yeah.
you just have to take it for what it is.
Who's your favorite comedian
David Chappelle.
of all time?
That's hard. I can't do it all the time because I like the Pryors. I like the Murphys. I like I like who do I like? I like a lot of what's up I like Arnez J. I like he's funny. He's funny. I like Cat Williams is probably my favorite, one of my favorite. He's in my I think Cat Williams in my Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Yeah. But you have yeah, who else in it? Yeah, man, I kind of like how dry Cosby was. I mean, it was a genre, right? Um, man, Kevin Hart isn't in my he's not even in my top 10. I give Kevin Hart his props because he's from Philly, and I think that's what it is for me. Yeah, yeah. Martin, gotta give Martin. He almost made my Mount Rushmore. But when you have people like Eddie and Pryor and Dave Chappelle, and then Cat Williams, that makes my Mount Rushmore. But I forgot the gentleman who passed away, but he was so witty and smart. I forgot his name. But the comedian, I love comedians. And then when you get to the Wanda Sykes of the world, Kevin Hart gives me what's her name vibes. She's not really funny. I forgot her name. But she's not really funny.
Well, you gotta remember the name. You can't say it and not say the name now.
I know. What's the girls trip?
Haddish.
Yeah.
Tiffany's not funny.
Tiffany Haddish. Yeah. Not funny. But I like Tiffany Haddish though. I think as a person, I really like Tiffany as a person. But she's not she's not like a comedian that I'd be like, who's my female Mount Rushmore? She's not a Samore.
Well, Wanda Sykes is my number one.
Yeah, she's on my Mount Rushmore.
Definitely my Mount Rushmore, Wanda Sykes. Mm-hmm. And she's my favorite comedian right now, today. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm going to always love me some Eddie Murphy. Mm-hmm. I'll always love me some Eddie Murphy. I think he can do no wrong. But Wanda Sykes, shout out to Wanda Sykes. Yeah. So we're filming today's podcast. It's filmed in Delaware County, right? It's the Kane area. And Wanda Sykes has a house and lives in Media, Pennsylvania.
That's crazy. I didn't even know she was from around these parts.
She lives in Media, Delaware County.
She's Wanda on my Sykes. Mount Rushmore.
And so we would love for Wanda Sykes to come on here. Let's talk some politics with Wanda Sykes. She's a smart comedian. Love her. She has a recent Netflix special out right now. And she's talking about, you know, Donald Trump and the administration. And she's talking about, you know, some other funny things. She's, you know, she got a wife and she got kids. So I love her type of energy. She's also a physical comedian, which I didn't really recognize. You know, she's like rolling around on the stage and stuff.
What?
Yeah, she was doing the you gotta see the special. She was doing the New Edition dances and stuff. She's she's in her 60s. She's like, you know, I don't know why I created some comedy like this and I'm in my 60s.
That's funny.
Yeah. So all right. So there's outrage right now. There's lots of other outrage happening as well. And when we come back, we're going to talk about more outrage that people are having in this moment on social media and other places. We want to hear about the outrage that you have on various topics. So drop them into the chat. Let us know. If you're watching this today, let us know what you're outraged about. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it needed outrage? Let us know. Is it selective, elective? Let us know what you're outraged about in this moment. And we're going to take a break and be right back. You're watching Slingshot the Podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power, at New Millennium Multimedia Studios. Welcome back. You're watching Slingshot the Podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power. Today's episode is entitled, Wanna Be Startin Somethin.
I said you wanna be starting something. You got to be starting something.
All right. Now, nowadays, everybody has something that outrages them. Something that will bring you to wanting to cuss some folks out and have some deep conversations on social media. Maybe not so much in person because, you know, keyboard gangsters have the most to say. But there's a lot of folks who are outraged about various things that are happening in the world. And today's episode is all about want to be starting something. And there's always somebody want to be starting something on my timeline about something.
Stop reading them damn comments.
I can't help it. I stay engaged. So here we go. This is what people were outraged about as of lately. So at the time of this filming here, we are just coming off of Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. And we had folks in the comment sections very upset with the governor of New Jersey. What were they upset about with the governor of New Jersey on the timeline about Memorial Day?
Sure, you're going to let us know.
They were very upset with our governor of New Jersey because she chose to spend Memorial Day trying to figure out what was going on in some of these ICE detention centers, wanting to tour them, wanting to see how those who are being housed in these detention centers are being treated, and rejected from being able to see inside these detention centers. And there were some folks on my social media timeline who were like, she should be impeached. How could she not be at a gravesite of somebody on Memorial Day? How dare she ignore the veterans? As which she is one. She is a veteran. How can she ignore the veterans on Memorial Day and be with the illegals, they would say.
Unbelievable.
Someone's always outraged about something.
All the
Elected
time.
officials can never win. She could have, if she was at the Memorial Day sites of some fallen soldiers, then you'd have people mad at her for not being someplace else.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts there? Holidays in general. I think about Juneteenth. We're coming up, Juneteenth is probably just passed here by the time you're all watching this. So many people don't believe it should be a holiday. It shouldn't be a federal holiday. We should not be taken off from work. We should not be celebrating this. July 4th is Freedom Day, not Juneteenth, according to so many. What are your thoughts on holidays that celebrate particular cultures or experiences that some cultures have gone through?
It's just, most of the holidays are honestly celebrating the blood of somebody.
Mhm.
That's what it appears to be, right? And so, or some type of pagan ritual. And so I was never really a fan of holidays. I will say, however, right, before I get back to Juneteenth, that I used to love Christmas. And the reason I did when I was younger, it just reminds me of my mom and how nice everyone was. I lived in Philly. And so, was it John Wanamaker or Macy's?
John Warmakers.
Yeah, John Wanamaker's. I'll probably tell my age, but they used to have such a like Christmas themed like tribute slash event that when you went, it made you feel a certain way and it made everyone happy. And so that was the first time I seen black people, white people, everybody together, and everybody so nice and happy and stuff. So that was the memory that I have when it comes to, Christmas, or why I used to like Christmas. But honestly, you know, when we get to, and I get back to Juneteenth, I think that needs to be acknowledged, right? I think it needs to be. I don't know about the celebration part. I have a problem with the celebration only because I feel like there needs to be some type of work done in respect of the elders.
Mhm.
Not necessarily just kind of like having fun, right? Because I think it takes away from the memory. But that's just me, that's me personally. But I get the idea of just the celebration of it. But the 4th of July, cut it out. Columbus, cut it out. Like all it, cut it out. Like just Easter, cut it out. Like all of it is just nonsense to me. So yeah, that's where I sit on it. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people who have a lot of feelings about these holidays. Who
Yeah.
gets a federal holiday? Who doesn't? What are we celebrating? There's so many people who don't know the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day, right? So you get that, you
Yeah.
get that crew. Then you get those who don't understand Juneteenth. They're like, why are you celebrating? July 4th is the independence of this nation. What does it matter, when enslaved people were actually freed, right? That's the celebration of Juneteenth. I happen to live right outside of Valley Forge National Park. This is
Oh
where I live,
goodness.
right? So literally, like, I'm probably haunted by the ghost of George Washington and
Mhm.
others, right?
They do the 12-gun salute out there or
Oh,
something, don't they? Yeah.
all things happening now at Valley Forge. And here we are, 250 years of the founding of this nation, 1776. This is the 250-year celebration we're going through right now this summer, all of the celebrations that we're supposed to be having. And, to think about those who say, yeah, why are you celebrating Juneteenth? July 4th is when our country was founded and we were free from the king and the oppressors.
Yeah.
Well, 1776, not everybody was free,
That
right?
part.
Not everybody was free. Not everybody had access to the ballot. Not everybody had all these rights and freedoms that we have today. And so, yeah, I just don't get the outrage.
We wasn't even considered a somebody. We was
Right.
part of somebody.
3/5 of a person.
We was just part of
Right.
somebody. Yeah.
1776, not even a whole person.
That's right.
So, yeah, there's just lots of outrage and it's fake outrage, keyboard
Yeah.
gangsters on social media.
Stop looking at them damn comments,
I
man.
can't help it.
Yeah, that's why it's just like
Can't help
you
it.
just got to get to the point where you like, especially with these holidays, like it is what it is. You can't change it, right? And people need to stop. They should put their energy in creating a plan so we can strategize and come up with our own project 2025. We need to put that energy somewhere else because there's nothing we can do. And you have people that are troll. You have people that, you know, have, remember we talked about selective, rage
Mm-hmm.
and selective amnesia and all of that type of thing. You're going to have people that just literally feeds off of the, they call them bait ragers, right? Rage baiters, right? And so we give certain people too much power. I refuse to get on my power, man. Y'all can argue in the comments.
He's not gonna read them.
Y'all can. I'm not reading those comments. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care enough for someone to try to rage bait me for me to spend my time to comment on something that you're absolutely wrong about in the first place.
Yeah.
Why make me mad? I don't want to be mad.
Yeah.
I love everybody. I play around. I joke. I love everybody. But I just can't. I can't with these people, man.
I get so triggered.
I
Like
know.
particularly Black History Month triggers me. It gets more triggering every year because the comment section gets worse and worse every February.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do with myself.
Most of them are bots. That's why I said
Yes.
stop worrying. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, there's certain bots. We talked about AI before. There's certain bots that waits for comments in the not the algorithm, but it triggers when you say certain words, and the bots automatically responds to that in something negative. So I would say to you guys, when you get to your Instagrams, any of your social media, put up like parameters where certain words or terms can't be said. And that usually defend against certain bots because they're not humans, right? And certain people, they create fake IG accounts just to trigger you. If you know all of these things, put on a lens before you respond. And I challenge you to do this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I challenge you to do this. If you're in the comments and someone says something like really like nasty to you, go to the profile. If they don't even have a picture, you already
5
know.
friends.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
5 friends. They only have like 3 posts. You know it's fake. Don't you arguing with that's why I say say the argument. Argue in the comments, man. Take that to the comments. Because most of the time you're arguing with something that's not even real. So you're not gonna win. You're not gonna get them to see your point. Just agree to disagree and keep it moving. That's it.
Well,
I'm talking to you with that.
I'm listening, but I'm not going to heed that advice. I'm going to get in the comment section, and I'm going to talk about that when we come back.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll just say this last thing before we take a break. There's Pride coming up, right?
Yeah.
In the month of June. And, we have an administration right now. We have a president of the United States who said, we're going to do away with Pride, and maybe we're changing it into we're going to change it into a different month instead. I mean, he thinks that he can change months on a calendar of things that we've been celebrating for all this time.
But he's been doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. He's been doing it. And so literally he just took away your right. Like come on, reproductive rights. And I mean, he's been doing, he's about to take away your right to vote. He took away this, he took away that, he took away. It's like literally he's doing it, right? And so at this point, you just got to say, all right, we just got to start doing stuff for ourselves.
Yeah. All right, there is no war on Christmas. Nobody is stopping you from saying Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping you. But it was John Watermakers. I think it turned into Strawbridges after
Yeah.
Then it turns into Macy's.
Okay.
Strawbridges.
All right, cool.
But they had the piano, the lights, all the excitement. Remember the food court in the food court there?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, in that building. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about clapping back. So, Charles Gregory, my co-host with the most, is not a clapback individual. Maybe he is. Maybe we should look at some social media posts and see if he's clapping back.
Sometime I do.
But, how do you actually, if you are going to respond, how and when should you? And has these clapbacks and have posts that have gone up and outrage from friends and family made you lose some friends? Let's talk about that. So we're going to be starting something when we get back from this break. You're watching Slingshot the Podcast. This is more than just a podcast. This is a movement to inspire and motivate and mobilize. This is for those whose voices have been unheard, misunderstood, undervalued, and underserved. We're going to talk about sports, culture, entertainment, and we're going to use this to build power in our communities. All right, welcome back. You're watching Slingshot the Podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power. And today's episode is entitled, Wanna Be Startin Somethin'. Michael Jackson hit 1983. Wanna be starting something. Somebody always wanna be starting something. And I am not the one, not the two. I will get with you in social media. And if I have time today, I will be in the social media threads.
I just don't care.
I am talking.
I don't care about you. I just don't care.
Yes.
Look, I'm not reading those comments. I have people saying, "Yo, I said something." I was like, "Oh, okay." You gotta like tag me in something and tell me to read. So I'm not reading any comments because I already know I can. You know, I'm emotional. I'm too emotional to read the comment. I'm protecting my mental health.
Yeah, protect your peace.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to say this because I've gone through some social media training. I've gone through some communications training. We're both, from that school, Temple University, shout out.
Yeah.
And so I've been told that there is a way and there is a time, an appropriate time to clap back.
Okay.
So this is what I've been told. And this is what I've been doing as of late. So I'm not getting to everybody because I'm not messing with the bots. I have no time for the bots. And if I identify you as a bot, I'm going to report you and report all your pages.
Yeah,
right?
there you
so
go.
I'm going to eliminate the bots from my page. And I will respond to someone who makes an assertion so that it's not put out and stays out in the universe as if their comment is going unchecked or that they're sharing factual information. So if you're someone in the comment section and you're sharing just outright lies, misinformation, disinformation, I'm going to check you. I'm not going to check you, the individual, because you're not going to care what I say. Nothing I say is going to change your mind. But I'm putting a comment in your thread because I want others who are just lookers, who aren't saying anything, I want them to hear what the truth is. I'm trying to dispel the lies and the misinformation that you're spreading. So I don't care, if I'm messing with Jim Bob, and his racist comments in the chat, down the thread, I'm not really addressing Jim Bob because Jim Bob's never going to change his mind. No matter how many facts and figures I can share with Jim Bob, cognitive dissonance is going to take over for him.
Yeah.
Not a single thing I can say is going to change his mind. Right. But there is somebody lurking. There is somebody lurking in the comment sections that is paying attention to the back and forth, and they need this information. Yeah. Otherwise, you let Jim Bob get away with telling lies, and it goes unchecked, and you can keep telling lies over and over again to start sounding like it's the truth.
True. And everything that you said is accurate. For me, I'm two ways. I either don't care or I care too much, and I'll say something that'll get me striked or something like that. Like, I'm going to just tell you to shut the F up. Like, I'm not going to be politically correct or anything like that. Or I'll try. Because certain things like Jim Bob, right? Mm-hmm. And he say something you N-word, X, Y, and Z. Yeah. I'm just like, Jim Bob, let me ask you a question. Like, what did I do to you to hate me so? Like, that's the question that I want to know. What did we do for you to hate me so much? Yeah. I want to know that because essentially we probably would be the best of friends. Yeah. You don't even know. Me and Jim Bob might like, to eat oranges. We got something in common. We like oranges. Like, see, you ain't even know we like to eat oranges together and ride tractors. Jim Bob, I got a tractor too, right? Like, that's what I want to know. Why? I just, in my head, I try to make sense sometimes, and I try to make sense of some things that sometimes don't make sense, which I'm trying to make sense of something that just it's not going to work, right? So, I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. A lot of that's just the fear of the unknown and just not being educated enough or being surrounded by people who are different than yourself, which just feeds into people's fear of the unknown and other people.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to be clapping back when you're in there spreading lies and misinformation.
I'm the same way.
So
I got you.
The most recent time, not the most recent, but one of the best times that I've had in clapping back was when the SAVE Act, the Save America Act, was making all the noise. And people were saying how this was a voter ID bill. And I'm like, no, this is not a voter ID bill. This is actually what it is. And I was in the comment sections, and I literally, it was part of my day. I wrote it into my calendar as what I was doing as part of my job. Today is social media from 3 to 5. And from 3 to 5, I was clapping back in the timeline of a news media outlet who had posted something about the Save America Act. And I was just dispelling all the myths. They were like, oh, you can use a real ID. No, you can't use a real ID. Here, copy paste. Here is the link to the legislation. Read this.
Yeah.
Real ID does not satisfy the ID that you would need for the Save America Act. Or they would say, oh, but what's the big deal about women getting their birth certificates or et cetera? And I would put the factual information in the chat because somebody was actually watching and lurking the back and forth. And they were actually learning something from the clapbacks.
Interesting. That's great.
So I went there with the purpose of civic education.
That's a great perspective. Yeah. No. And I don't have any rebuttal for that. I think that's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Because people are always watching, and I'm sure people are watching this show and have an opinion or definitely learning certain things. I'm just thinking, like, in terms of the clapback, right? Because I have clapped back at certain people. I clap back at people who, which is probably wrong, but who know me and know my work and try to act like I ain't been in them streets.
Right.
That's why I clap it back.
Right.
Like, yo, you ain't even been in those streets. I've been in the streets. Now I'm pulling your card.
Right.
Like, that's kind of like, so if you know me and you try to say something in contrast and try to, I'm going to clap back.
Right.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love when people want to test me. Like, do you not know what I do for a living? Like, sometimes I want to be like, you want to Google me, honey? You know what I mean? Like,
Google me.
And then this is what I do too. I call them honeys. I call them sweeties.
Sweetie.
Bless your hearts. All that is going down in the comment section. But yeah, I mean, how you going to come on my page and attack me about voter registration? Like, who knows more about voter registration than probably me and 3 other people in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I hear you. Once I get there, I'll be like, cash me outside. Cash me outside. Then, like, we can handle this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, sometimes the clapping back is necessary. And again, it is for the lurkers in the comment section who will never say anything. They just want to, they want to see this commentary that's going back and forth because they're trying to discern what is the truth and what is not.
That's true.
Right. And so it is important sometimes to make that part of your day. And part of my job in my position is a couple of hours a week. I'm going to be in the comment section telling the truth.
That's right. You need to hire. I'll tell y'all, hire somebody that's specific to the clapback. That way you can just blame them. Hire somebody that's just there. Let them just clap back. Yeah. Give them the instruction. Somebody say you just go ham on them.
Yeah. I do find myself censoring myself a lot of times because I have been put in Facebook jail multiple times. And that's hurtful, right? When you are leading an organization and you are utilizing Facebook to communicate, to, tell about events that are coming up, and then they put you in Facebook jail for a whole month. I didn't know what to do with myself when I was in Facebook jail for a month. Mm-hmm. So I found myself censoring what I say. I was like, nah, it's a little too far. Let me take this one back. Sometimes I usually type it out just so it feels good to myself that I typed it out, even if I don't hit the send button.
There you go.
Yeah. But no. So question for you.
Yeah. I'm ready. Come on.
I'm guilty of this sometimes.
Come on.
And it is what I dislike the most when you are posting something in social media and someone who never comments on any of your stuff jumps in that one time with something to say on that one post you put up. You're like, where have you been the last 5 years? This is the one time today that you want to.
And that's what you say.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you say.
Yeah.
I said 50 things. This is the first time I seen you respond. That's the clapback. This is the first time I seen you respond. What made you respond today? I'm waiting and put an hourglass sign right there. Or put a cricket right there. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I got enough time. I got time today. Yeah. When somebody do that, see that triggered me. Yes, you got my answer. Yeah. When they do that, because I had somebody, all I do is amplify people, and especially, people who tend to have voices that's not always amplified. I'm always amplifying it. It was one thing where I just kind of like shook my head at something like, here we go again. Yeah. Somebody had the nerve to say, oh, you ain't say nothing about, excuse me?
Yeah.
You want to go back 3 posts?
Yeah.
When I even supported you?
Yeah.
Man, if you don't get some, that's my, they'll get a clap like 2.3 seconds flat.
Yeah.
I clap, especially if I know I did something for you.
Yeah.
Or spoke out for you when you was quiet. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden that's why I say There's a lot of academics out there. I would love to see their position when it comes to them raising these athletic kids, and they're going to D1 schools, yet they were very vocal when it came to this past election. But let's see.
Mhm. Yeah. I have definitely lost some folks who I thought were my friends
Yeah.
because I have blocked them from social media. And sometimes, you see it day after day, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna rock. And then finally, you're just like, this is the last straw. Like,
Yeah.
why are we even still cool on social media? I don't even want to see what you're saying. I don't want to mute you. I just want you to go away.
Yeah.
And I'm a Libra too, so we're good at ghosting.
That's crazy. I get along with Libras.
Yeah, I'm good at ghosting.
Yeah.
This is one thing. You got that one time, and I'm done. You'll never see me again. All right. So, have you ever lost any friends or family on social media?
I haven't. No, because I'll tend to just like, I'll keep the lines of communication open. I don't believe that. And this is something that I had a problem with during the past election, the presidential election. You really had talk show hosts,
Yeah.
radio hosts, podcast hosts actually telling people to, you can disown your family. If I had a huge problem with that, because just because I disagree or I'm asking more questions about something, you're telling me is not the right time. So it's okay to disown your mother because they don't agree or they want to go somewhere different. That was ludicrous to me. And I thought that was very unfortunate. I thought it was contradictory to someone who's claiming that they're an academic, especially when you learn that in order for you to take a position or learn more, you need to be critical. And you need to ask questions. To tell me, oh, this is not the time to ask questions, and your family shouldn't be asking. That right there was a lot for me. So I'm under the. I would just say this, right? It takes a lot to push me one way without me questioning and keeping a dialogue open to have some type of discourse. That's what I learned. You always have discourse whether you agree or not, right? So if you disagree with somebody, it's okay to ask the question why. Yeah. And they may say something, and that's one of the things that we never do. We never ask kind of the why. Mm-hmm. We just want an affirmative. Oh, you don't like this, then I don't like you. Yeah. We don't ask why. You don't know if something in the family happened that was triggering or hurt them, or they have some type of stigma. That's why. That's the cause. We don't ask that question, and we don't allow space. We always talking about these safe spaces and allow people to. We don't do that. A lot of people don't practice that, and so I always allow that space, and so I don't generally judge, and I don't kind of like just put a block up and disconnect from people. So I just really don't.
I mean, I'm interested in the counterpoint, but I'm also not going to let the counterpoint. I'm going to protect my peace.
What you can. The peace is the argument back and forth. But you're a brain, right? And so you went to Temple. It's a research one organization, right? And so part of it tells you in creating a thesis, right? The debate, what would be the opposite? What would be the counter argument? Understanding the counter argument, you know how to form your argument. And so it's just, okay, now how do we come up with the piece or the conclusion? And that takes a discourse. Yep. So it's okay to have a discourse.
Yeah. Well, I find myself a lot of times in the social media, and I'm going back and forth with somebody, and I'll ask the questions like, why do you feel this way? Or drop your source. Right, you can just put out this information without dropping a source, and you do that, and then they never come back to the comment section again.
Yep.
So I think that's really important to do. If you're going to put some comments out there, you're going to share this information.
That's right.
And it turns into misinformation, disinformation. Prove
it. That's it.
Prove it.
There you go. Prove it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Cool.
And then don't hit me back with, oh, Google it. No,
you brought it up. Yeah, prove it.
You brought it up. You Google it and share the link.
I said that too. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Come on, Cletus. Come on. Come on, Cletus.
I haven't heard Cletus in a long time from you.
Come on, Cletus. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, prove me wrong. Shut me up. Because I talk. Shut me up.
Yeah.
I'll say I apologize. Oh, my bad. You right. Yeah. I'll do that in two. It's okay to be wrong. People, we act like we can't even be wrong.
Yep. Yep.
We learning every day. There's so many times where I said something and you said, oh, dang, I ain't even know. Oh, okay, I just learned something. It's okay to do that. You have to be open to learning new things.
Yep. All right. Well, how do we handle the fake outrage? We clap back when we need to.
Clap back.
We save our peace when we need to. We ignore when we need to. We block when we need to. It's all the different ways to handle the outrage, especially when it's that fake selective outrage. People want to be starting something. They want to be starting something. But, so much of this they would never say to your face.
And some people are in the echo chamber, too. I want to say that. Some people are in the echo chamber. That's all they hear.
Yeah.
Until you get the opportunity to really speak to them and ask them the questions why, they be like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, because you're around people saying the same thing. That's why I say sometimes it's all right not to argue, but just kind of like dig a little bit, probe a little bit, because they may not truly think that way. They're only responding to what they're around and what they hear.
Right. All right. Well, we're always starting something over here. So I hope that you enjoyed today's episode of Slingshot the podcast. Want to be starting something. We got a lot of folks always want to be starting something. All right. We're going to start it. We're going to finish it.
Say ready. That's the ball. What is he?
Is that song?
What is he saying? Say ready. Say dash the ball. Said you want to be started. I don't know what he said.
We didn't know what. You know what? When I ever read the lyrics of Michael Jackson songs, I'm like, oh, that's what he said.
That's what he said. Dash the ball. I said dash it ready.
Right.
Whatever he said.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
All right. Thank you all for watching Slingshot the podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you back again soon. Have a good day. I'm Kadita Kenner, and you're watching Slingshot the podcast, the misunderstood voice, the culture's power.